This week's Getting Grown is brought to you by Poshmark, the easiest way to buy and sell fashion items. Download the free Poshmark app to score amazing deals from tons of brands, or list your own items and wait for the offers to roll in. Shipping is fast, easy, and is all handled directly through the app. Today, you can get $5 off your first purchase when you enter the invite code GROWN5 when you sign up. That's GROWN5. Sign up, get $5 off, buy and sell your fancy things on Poshmark. Today's episode is also brought to you by Selfish Babe. Selfish Babe is the free self-love app for women that will remind you how amazing you are on the daily. This app sends you one affirmation and one self-love related quote a day. The Selfish Babe app has its own podcast, private Facebook community, blog, motivational videos, and more to remind you to be more selfish and authentic with your self-love. Download Selfish Babe today by going to bit.ly/selfishbabe Getting Grown podcast, or find it for free in the Google Play and Apple App Store. And don't forget to follow them on Instagram at Selfish Babes. That's Selfish Babes with an S on Instagram. Get your lives.
Girl, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. Past the infatuation phase. Right at the time of love.
Right in the thick of love.
Yeah, that's what I said. At times we get sick of love. Seems like we're something every day. I hang up, you call.
Okay, we're going to jump right to the second verse. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Praise the Lord, niggas. Praise him, and thank you for allowing us to be here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm exhausted.
I said in the car when I was driving home that this week's episode is going to be called Half Dead. Because that is just how I feel. I just don't have any other way to describe my current mood.
Head to the bed.
My mood, my aesthetic. I feel like the day has dragged me. I am drugged.
We are. Full disclosure, Keia and I are fresh out of the West Coast. I returned today in rush hour, and she returned last night to go to work today.
Yeah. I got off the plane at 5:20 a.m. and I got my bag and went to work. I've not been home.
And she just got home.
I just got home. And my plan was to stay at work and work a few hours or work until about 2 or 3 o'clock. But the next thing I knew, it was like 7:30 and I was still at my desk. So
sometimes it be like that.
I am half dead.
I understand, sis, and I'm proud of you.
Barely making it. Living with woeful regret. I don't know. I'm a little torn because I feel like the time that we had in LA was time well spent. And I definitely needed, some time with friends. But I don't know what bag you are fighting out of over there. But yeah, I'm just feeling, part of me is like, I should have just got my bag and came on back home after the conference immediately because I had so much to do. November is a super busy month for me in every respect. And it's only the 5th and I feel like I'm behind already. I'm like, man, we're just starting off on the wrongest of feet.
Ooh, sis. Well...
But, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep trucking.
We had a great
have a choice.
weekend.
We did.
Shout out to Cal State. You guys.
Yeah, man. Just shout out to Fred and Chaz and
the whole crew.
Everyone was just so nice. James. Is it Elaine?
Elaine, yes. Shout out to Elaine with her sweet self.
Shout out to Elaine.
No Seinfeld.
Precious heart. Just precious. But yes. Everyone, it was awesome to meet you all. Thank you guys for journeying. One young lady said that she drove from San Diego, brazy,
girl,
to ma'am, But shout out to you. She's in law school, Teen Typing Fast, all that. Y'all showed up and showed out. We had an amazing time in Cal State, LA. It was so good. So yeah.
So.
Oh my God. Absolutely. We did have a wonderful weekend, and we're here. We're going to give you a bit of a truncated show, if you guys would oblige us, just because I don't have the bandwidth to be... I'm literally fresh out, but we didn't want to not have a show this week, so we're going to give you something. We're going to move swiftly because I have just got to get some sleep because I'm working on 24 full hours of being awake. Mm-hmm. So let us move forward into the trash. Is there lots of trash?
There's a few pieces, but let's go on and get into it.
A clean-up woman is a woman who...
Basura, cha-cha-cha. Okay.
Caliente.
Let's get into our first story is sad. Angela Simmons' former fiance and son's father was shot and killed in his garage in Atlanta. My condolences to his family and his loved ones, and his child especially. And Angela, it is a loss. I know they
have since split, but still, that's her son's dad,
her son's
and
father, and that's really
that's a relationship that's not going. That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't
right. So, whatever their terms were, it's still a very sad situation, and
absolutely,
we definitely have the family in our thoughts.
Absolutely.
Rebel Wilson claims she was the first plus-size woman to star in a romantic comedy. I refuse to say rom-com. I hate that. But she's going to be starring in a movie, and she said on Twitter that said in an interview on Ellen, that she was the first plus-size woman to star in a romantic comedy. So, Monique.
Yeah, man. She tried it.
She did try it. And
she tried
it. I love how Monique addresses people with her, hey, little baby.
Sweet baby.
Sweetie,
my sweet honey baby. My baby, sweet honey. My precious little honey baby bear.
My honey bun, sugar pied Yankee Doodle.
Hey there, my sweet baby.
Hello, my muffin cupcake, my cinnabon with pecans and swirls. That's Monique all day, but she let Rebel know that she was very wrong.
Absolutely.
And that she is not the first plus-size woman to star in a romantic comedy. As a matter of fact, Monique and Queen Latifah have both starred in romantic comedies. Queen Latifah, I believe, in 2 of them.
She's done several because she is the only woman alive I know that could make Kissing Common look awkward.
And as much as I hate to defend him, I hate that you said that. As much as I hate to defend him, Tyler Perry, Jill Scott she was one of the stars in how.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Let's Get Married.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what all is.
That show?
Let's Get Married Part
For
7.
The Love of Marriage. I don't know. Child.
Marriage is everything. Marriage over everything. Mo. But Monique let her know that she was very wrong, and she had every right to do so. And this is where it gets difficult, because even though Monique comes across in a very eccentric.
Rebel Wilson is too old to say some bull swanky like that, though.
Right, and she
is not a tiny tot, for Christ. She got a little age on her.
And she responded back to Monique, was like, I never intended any disrespect. I love you and Queen Latifah. Of course, I know all the movies. I feel like there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to, and she tried to explain her statement, girl. And it was like, no, baby, you just got to let this one, you just got to take this L.
Sis. Take the L.
You got to take that.
My bad. Ain't nothing wrong with a good, solid apology.
No, it's not.
That's actually a sign of adulthood. That's you when you are able to say, you know what, I messed up. That's my fault.
A strong character
out of
trait.
turn. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's no sweat off your nose, sis.
It really
just
is.
Say,
so
that was my bad. I had no business saying something like that. I am truly sorry. The end.
And then everybody will move forward and probably have a little bit more respect for you. And I don't have no beef with Rebel Wilson. I don't really feel one way about her or the other. But
yeah, I mean, I don't have no beef with her. I watched the Pitch Perfect and she's funny.
Oh, I didn't see that. I thought it was going to be corny. It was funny.
Well, you know, I'm a musical.
I'm a
kind of
singer.
girl.
I'm
I
a
didn't say
singer.
that.
I'm a cheddar.
I didn't say that. You did.
You're a singer. Okay. Kenya had her baby. And
Sure did.
They're both healthy.
Thank God.
Thank goodness. We definitely gave our well wishes.
Absolutely.
She, however, says she's not going to be appearing anymore on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but her
To God be the glory.
birth is allegedly the first episode.
Yeah, I didn't watch. It's on my DVR.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to get into that.
You know I didn't, but yeah, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya, she's healthy.
I'm ready for a Kenya break, a Kenya-cation.
I
Let's do it.
have been ready for a Kenya-cation since before she came on the show, honestly.
Hey, I cannot argue with you there.
Just saying. Kimora Lee Simmons' husband just pled guilty to a $1 billion laundering scandal.
Damn.
A Malaysian money laundering scandal. So I don't know what's going to happen from that, but that happened, and that is a lot. That is a lot to deal with. I think it was Us Magazine or one of the publications. I think it was Us Magazine that tried to, they tried to say that she, what's she gonna do now, because he's going through this or whatever. And she made it very clear. She responded back and was like, my money is long, and these are all of the things that
put some respect on it.
I have. And they issued an apology.
And they will.
Strong character trait.
Listen, she's got receipts.
She's got receipts. So, and
man.
I'm sure, one monkey ain't gonna stop no show.
Nope.
Kimora is not one to be held down.
Nope.
Carmelo allegedly has a new baby. The baby mama said it. She said that he has a baby, and whether people believe it or not, that's what it is, and they're gonna have to deal with it. He has not responded. But Lala's out here living her best life, so that's all that
very
really
well should.
matters. So
Get your money's worth, sis, on this new body. Get every coin.
Every coin on them hips and thighs.
Nobody's mad.
No,
I'm not.
It's actually a really great job.
Hey, money well spent.
Money well spent. So crazy ass Brandy from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood posted a picture of Princess and Ray J's baby. Now, if you're not aware of who crazy ass Brandy is, she is
So not Ray J's sister Brandy.
Not Ray J's sister Brandy. Brandy, who is Whitney Houston's goddaughter, and Ray J is Whitney Houston's ex. And
is that really a thing? People actually say that?
That
I
whole
actually
thing
would
is
never
just
say
weird.
that. I actually will actually never. I said actually.
I mean,
3
they
times.
publicly dated.
I will not. No part of me will acknowledge any part of that, whatever that was.
It disturbs me.
I feel like Ray J was no more than Aunt Nippy's dope boy.
Ray J doesn't.
Occasionally.
He's like, come on, because I got a scooty bike for you.
No.
I
Get out
got
here
an
with
indoor
those
pool and an outdoor pool.
automobiles.
Well, she posted a picture of their baby, and Princess was pissed about it because they're not on good terms. They don't fuck with each other like that. Princess,
What reason would she have to post a picture of the baby?
because she's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Who does that? Who posts pictures of people's babies that they A, have not had clearance by, and B, like, they're not close to? That's weird.
Very much so.
And I know Princess is, queen pop off, but I don't. I mean, she will pop off on you, but I always feel like it's justified. Like, I've never had a dislike for Princess.
Me neither.
I feel like
It's
every
always
time she
been-
goes,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
It's always been a healthy indifference. I don't care one way or another. I
Oh
mean,
my
I
God,
don't dislike
yeah.
Princess. I don't particularly ride or stand for her.
No,
I mean, I'm just like, okay, that's all right. Okay, hey girl.
like, you know how some people that you just can't stand watching them. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, but I did watch the first season of it, or maybe first 2 seasons or something. And she never bothered me. She ain't never bothered me. I just don't feel one way or the other. But I do feel like every time she's gone off on somebody, it's been justified. And then lastly, did you watch the Will and Jada Red Table Talk yet?
I did. And I just wept openly at my desk.
Why?
I was just so moved. I was overcome with all manner of emotion. I couldn't tell what it was. It was like, it wasn't like sadness though. I think I was grateful. I was just like, finally, somebody is telling the truth of the work that is required in having a healthy, having a healthy relationship situation, especially as far as like having and prioritizing a healthy relationship with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And just, how it's so easy to get swept away in the image of healthy relationship. And having like differing definitions of what healthy and happy means in relationship and all. I was just like, yes, this is what we're talking about. I was actually a little jealous because I'm like, look at Will and Jada actually having this meaningful conversation, and all these niggas is in my phone. What you doing, me, all day long? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Where you at? Where'd you way to work today? How was your day? Like, niggas don't want to talk about, and I understand that it's taken them years to get to this point, but I was just like, man, when I'm going to get to talk to somebody about this kind of stuff? When am I going to care enough about one of these niggas? When? Woo! I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing day.
It was, I think my emotions were confused because on the one hand, I did feel like you. I was like, this is just so refreshing, like to see, their means of communication and how for a long time they came to the conclusion that in their household, they weren't going to yell or curse at each other. And I thought all of that was very beautiful and very practical also, even though sometimes you got to get your emotions out. But I thought it was practical, and I was like, there are things you can take away from that on how to communicate with your partner. And then I was just looking at Will like, Will.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't either. I was appreciative of his back in that blue shirt. I said, thank you, Jesus. Because I was like, how am I supposed to pay attention to what's being said down to the red table if they keep showing Will from behind with his back?
You love a good strong back.
I live for a back, man.
You do.
Woo!
I know your nigga better have a big old back.
Oh, from your mouth to the Lord's ears, Jesus.
He better have a big old back, because if you come through with a skinny back, nigga, I'm talking shit.
I'm just gonna be very that's how you know the Lord will troll you sometimes. He will troll you.
But like, look at Keia coming through with this skinny back ass nigga.
Stranger things have happened. It wouldn't be the first time.
11. And that is the kitchen table talk this week. I'm sorry. That is another episode of Getting Grown.
Oh my God.
That is the taking out the trash. Let's shout out some sisters.
Okay, let's do it. It's tough to make new friends as an adult. How are you supposed to seek out meaningful platonic relationships as a grown-up when you spend most of your time on the job? That's where Bumble BFF comes in. While Bumble began as a woman's first dating app, it now includes a friend-finding mode called Bumble BFF. Find a kindred spirit to join you at that yoga workshop or a fellow 90s sitcom fanatic who's down for a Netflix marathon. No matter your life situation, Bumble BFF helps you create the support system you need. Expand your crew, find friends who love the same things you do, and shake up your routine with Bumble BFF. To use it, download Bumble on iOS or Android and switch to Bumble BFF mode within the app. Then fill out a profile to let your future besties know what you're all about. So everybody knows that I don't like to talk to strangers. And this app seems to be a handy dandy nifty tool to help me navigate the angst and anxiety that I feel when I think about having to, approach people who I don't know and develop a friendship. So All you got to do, lickety split, man, fill out your profile just like y'all do on them other apps and be swiping left and right. You can find you somebody to kick it with down to the museum or the laundromat or whatever it is that you choose to do with your day. To learn more, head to bumble.com/grown. That's bumble.com/grown.
Shout out to Teamy for their continued support of Getting Grown. The Teamy Blends Detox Mask is the perfect mask for all skin types, helping to eliminate blemishes, improve overall complexion, and moisturize your skin from the inside out. You know our motto. So I have oily skin, which means that my pores open a little easier. And I am very careful about my skincare routine, very careful about what I use at night. I also have sensitive skin, so I'm very careful about what I use at night. I make sure to moisturize without adding too much oil to my skin. But the Teamy Detox Mask is perfect. My skin was tingly. It felt clean. It felt like everything was taken out of it. Plus, it was super easy to apply. There's a lot of skincare products out there that look cool but never actually work. But the Detox Mask is the perfect mask to add to your routine because it works regardless of your skin type. The Detox Mask is all natural and made with a blend of ingredients like matcha tea, bentonite clay, and lemongrass, so it feels great and smells like a spa. It's easy to use. Simply leave the mask on for 10 minutes and feel your skin tingling while the mask works its magic. Once it dries, wash off the mask to reveal clean, hydrated, happy skin. You can even use it as a spot treatment and leave it on overnight if you're dealing with a few pesky pimples. So go to teamyblends.com and add the detox mask to your beauty routine today and use the code GROWN15 for 15% off any order. That's TEAMIBLENDS.com and code GROWN15.
My sister's popping right now. Like.
Okay, KK. Let's shout out our sisters. We have an email. We're going to read it. Like to hear it. Here we go. This email comes from Leanne Weeks. Leanne says, "Hello, Keia and Jade. I love your show and have been a loyal follower for a very long time. You helped me through one of the roughest years of my life, so I almost feel like I know you, like you're my homegirls." Well, hey, homegirl.
What up?
I want to give a special shout out to the ladies of Femme Agenda out of Miami. Our founder, Jasmin Rogers, made history last year by organizing the first Florida March for Black women and girls in Miami. If you know the city at all, you know that Black women are the unsung heroes of South Florida, forever trampled on, never respected or exalted. All that changed when we were included in the History Miami Museum for having 1,000 Black women, girls, femmes, queer, trans men, and even dogs come out in support of Black women expressing their political might. I never thought I'd rediscover myself by joining the planning board, but I am so confident in my sisters that we are doing this for the city that I found myself evolving into the woman I always wanted to be, into redirecting my career through the events we plan, and I have Jasmin to thank for that. This year, we're taking our annual event stateside with the second annual Florida March for Black Women and Girls. We are fighting for political action by traveling directly to the polls during the last Saturday of early voting. And while our rally in Miami is happening, we called on local leaders in other counties to create subsequent satellite marches in every major county throughout the state in an effort to educate and motivate other women to reclaim their political power. We are all so different, all coming from vastly disparate backgrounds. We are all here for a common cause, to make our streets safer, to take back our communities, and to bring about change. We're making history this election cycle, not just because we have the first Black gubernatorial candidate on the ballot, but because we're mad as heck about what's been going on in our city, and we're not going to take it anymore. Thank you for your consideration. Best regards, Leanne. This is an awesome event, cause, organization. Shout out to the Femme Agenda organization, and she sent us the media advisory and the photo op for the Florida March on Black Women that returned to Miami. Actually, probably this past Saturday, Saturday, November 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. marching in various counties to raise awareness and get the word out, and hopefully encourage people to vote in the midterm elections. So shout out to you, Leanne. Shout out to all the women that you work with the Femme Agenda. Shout out to you all for, reclaiming your time and your political power in the state of Florida, where your efforts are sorely, 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 sorely needed.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, as you guys are listening to Getting Grown on Tuesday, November 6th, you have either already voted or will be making your way to the ballots to make your voices heard. And your concerns known in the political spaces. So thank you, Leanne, for this timely reminder, for all of us to get out and do what we got to do. Shout out to the women of South Florida who have signed on to support you in this effort, and hopefully we can continue to do this kind of powerful civic engagement and community organizing in our communities, always riding for the cause of Black women and Black girls.
That's right. Voterty. I was at work back when they had that big vote or die campaign.
Oh my God.
Before Obama. And they had everybody puffy. Everybody was wearing the vote or die shirts. This girl saw somebody's shirt and it had vote or die, but it was all like in one. And she's like, Voterty?
Unacceptable. That's just like I was wearing my Black Nutrition Facts shirt I got from Kid Noble years ago, but I wear it all the time. And
it's
I was
one of
in
my favorite
Nashville.
shirts.
Yeah. I was in Nashville getting some food, and I was waiting outside. There was a line to get into the place where you can order. And you know how it says 100% melanin?
Mm-hmm.
The white lady was reading my shirt, and she was like, "What's melanin?"
Oh, girl.
And I was like, "Something that you don't have, ma'am. Something that you do not have. It is what makes my skin the color that it is.
It's mine and not yours.
It is something that you know nothing of.
And never will."
Bless your heart.
So, let me stop.
It's for me and mine, not you and yourn.
Not you
God
and
bless
yearn. You and yearn is always one of my favorites.
You and yearn.
Not you and yearn.
Not you and yearn.
So,
Thank you, Leanne.
thanks, Leanne. And we'll be sure to post the contact information in the description box so you guys can stay tuned for all that they are doing in South Florida.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this week's version of the Kitchen Table Talk.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly?
Truly. Yo, 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 yo. Boys and girls, men and women, everybody. Pencils and pens, scissors and paper, rock, paper, scissors. It's time for the Kitchen Table Talk. This week, Keia and I are spent. So we are going to do some honesty box updates and a couple honesty boxes. Keep it kind of light because we're tired. So we will start with an update from a few weeks back. And she says, "Hey, Jade and Keia, first of all, thanks so much for reading my email and helping a sister out. I never thought that maybe he just doesn't like to wear rings. You were right. His family is very traditional, so he says he wears it around family because he doesn't want to have to explain to everyone that he just doesn't like to wear a ring. I told him to cease wearing it and not to worry about what his family thinks because it's sending me the wrong signals when he only remembers to wear it and when he's pleasing his folks. Again, I trust him, and he's an excellent provider, support system, and dad. Now that I know the reason, I'm fine with him not wearing the ring. Thanks again. Be blessed. Ty Krenisha."
All right, Takranisha, girl. We're happy to help.
So happy to help. I told you it wasn't that deep. He probably just didn't like jewelry. A lot of niggas just don't like jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to do another honesty box. This one is not an update. Hello, Jade and Keia. You can call me Ellie.
Okay.
I'm going to
Hey,
make this... Hey, Ellie. I'm going to make this quick because your time is very valuable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So much.
Oh my
I know she's like, what the hell is wrong with them? Hey, sis. Hey. I have a fear of driving and I get paranoid when I'm in cars. I'm not even driving the car and I get super anxious. And even sometimes when the streets are busy and packed, I prefer to just avoid looking at the streets to avoid getting anxious and keep my head down. I believe I have this fear because in the past I've been in accidents where people crash into you from out of God knows where. And that fear just keeps living in me thinking it could happen. Do you guys have any advice on getting over your fears? Or did y'all go through something like this, particularly with driving? Or maybe you have some experience in just getting comfortable with driving. I want to get my license because I told myself I need to stop being a little punk and put my big boy pants on and buckle down and start driving. Any help would be amazing. Thank you. You guys are great, and I'm glad to have found your podcast. He says, I started listening when Spotify recommended you guys, and I've been blessed ever since. And let me just say, when I first started listening, I remember hearing Keia singing on the first 15 seconds of episode. I thought, is the whole podcast just this girl singing? But I've loved you guys. What? I know. I loved you guys, and I've been listening anytime I can. Thank you, and I hope you all have blessed lives, Ellie. Ellie, you can't control what other people do on the road. So you'll never be able to control what other people do on the road. All you can do is try to figure out the best defensive ways in which you can drive. As far as the fears aspect, Keia, do you have any particular ways you like to get over your fears, sis? Do you have any fears of the road?
Nah. I don't have fears of the road, but I think I definitely have fears. I don't think that it's something that you can oftentimes shrug off. Like, I think it depends on the person. I think if it's something that you're ready to face, I think driving is something that you should be maybe a bit more strategic about than just kind of saying, I'm going to just face this fear head on, especially if your fear is kind of connected to some prior trauma.
Right.
So I honestly feel like it might be worthwhile to talk to somebody about it and maybe get some professional help. Because, my fear of dogs is going to be a lot different than you navigating a fear of driving, especially something as so serious as, driving. Not saying that dogs are not serious, but it's just different. Like I can wholly live my life without having to interact with dogs. But if you have anxiety to the extent where you can't look at the street, it might be a bit deeper than just saying you're gonna put your big boy pants on. It might be connected to. It might be worthwhile to explore some help, and there's no shame in that whatsoever. So I don't want you to feel like that's something that you need to be worried about. But I would definitely try to find somebody to talk to about this very real fear and what you can do to brace yourself to face it and overcome it. Because I think it's totally possible, but I would want you to be, like I said, intentional about how you go about it for your own safety and for the safety of those around you.
Yeah, because people can drive like assholes every day. Every day, people drive like assholes. And so, yeah, you're right. You might want to explore that a little bit deeper and see if there's a little bit more to it. Because my fears are very different. I hate snakes.
Same.
I cannot stand them. I mean, it is a paralyzing fear. When them white people lied to me when I went camping and told me that there were potentially snakes on the trail and they were just being facetious, I went and sat in the car. I did not go on the hike with everybody else because I did not want to come across any snakes. I probably too need to talk to somebody.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with being afraid of snakes, but if you would like to overcome this fear,
I don't know about overcoming it. I just maybe to the point where I don't quit the whole hike and go sit in the car.
Well, I totally cannot relate. Because I would be like, I wouldn't even sat in the car. I would have got in the car and turned the car on and left. But that's just me.
If I did not have other people who were with me, I certainly would have. But I definitely set my black ass right there in that seat. But Ellie, Kia's right. You might want to go explore some professional help just to help you kind of figure out and sort through your thoughts and your fears, because it is a very real fear, but it could be something a little bit deeper. So a professional could definitely help you out with that. Moving on, we have another one that says, "Hello, ladies." Hey, ladies. What advice would you give to someone who is contemplating quitting their job? I'm an educator and I wholeheartedly love what I do. I love my career so much that I'm in school getting my doctorate in education, but I hate the current school and district that I'm in. I'm considering resigning and living off of savings for a few months until a different position comes along. Woo! Any advice you could give would be appreciated. Best. We can call her Chloe.
Chloe, sis. I think that I am always, call me old school or whatever, but I just feel like you don't just be up and quitting jobs. Especially when you don't have another one. And I don't know where you live or what the cost of living might be where you currently reside, but savings, nothing dries up quicker than a savings.
Please,
when you don't have any income. Nothing,
tell her again.
Nothing. So I think, especially if you are in a doctoral program, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you said that you wanted to if you were thinking about quitting so that you can focus on finishing, that's not what you said though. You said you just don't like this job.
Right. And a lot of people feel that way.
In which case, many of us would not be working if, if liking your job every single day was prerequisite.
I hate my job.
But you gotta go, honey, because the rent is something that needs to be paid every month. They're not going to give you 1 month for free. I don't know. I mean, I think in these instances, maybe it's a matter of sitting down and just weighing the cost of the decision against the benefits of the decision, and just, getting all of the options and information out there in front of you. Mm-hmm. And maybe that exercise will help you to see what it is, that you're doing. And I mean, I applaud you for seeking out advice from Jade and I. But this also might be a question for your doctoral advisor, someone else, that you trust, at your job, or, another professional mentor or something. Because, you got to have more than a savings account if you're talking about quitting your job. You got to have an exit strategy. You got to have, your job search, because I don't know any industry, education included, where jobs just be happening like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll get another job in a couple of months. Where at? Where? And I don't want to shoot your dreams. I'm just cautioning you to like really consider all of the various components of the decision that you're making.
You got to be completely realistic. I mean, the bills don't stop, and if you know what your savings is, Keia, and I don't know what your savings is, but I know you can't quit a job every time you don't like it.
That's very fair, and that's a good point. You don't want to get yourself in that practice because you ain't never gonna keep a job.
No, you're not.
If that's the case.
Furthermore, I know it's super cliche, but it's true. It's always easier to find a job when you have a job.
Yeah.
So, that's something to think about as well. What Keia said about talking to your advisor is also super important. And then, if I were you too, I would definitely speak to my advisors about this. Just because if you're in school working on your doctorate and you're working, you might want to consider maybe how much of this is you just being exhausted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's it's projection on, the job is just too much right now while you're, trying to work on something bigger. And so that's something to consider, and then to talk to somebody in your field who you trust about that maybe. So
Absolutely.
Good luck to you, because I too hate my job, but I'm there. Still, I am actively working to not be there any longer. So I do understand. I do not want my job. And I know for a fact I don't want my job. But you have a lot of added variables to your situation that could be influencing how you're feeling right now. And so instead of making a hasty decision, I would just talk to people that you trust in order to try to make the most practical decision for yourself.
Agreed. That's a great point, to not make a hasty decision when you're in distress, or not to make a decision of this magnitude under distress or duress.
That's really, honestly, you cannot make decisions when you are not in a good place or not with a clear head. That's the worst time to try to make decisions, because that's when you start fucking up all over the place.
Agreed.
And I think that's going to be it this week, because we're tired. So I think that's it for that kitchen table talk. We clearly are not going to have an honesty box, so we can just peeve right onto the petty.
We can.
So, I'm exhausted. I got off this flight tonight. Had to get Noah ready for bed, get her some dinner. I got to go to work tomorrow. Got to catering tomorrow. Got to record. I never stop. So when I really need healthy fuel fast, I turn to Daily Harvest. Daily Harvest delivers perfectly portioned cups of frozen organic fruits and vegetables directly to your door. All you have to do is add water or your favorite milk to your cup, then just blend or heat and enjoy. Daily Harvest new savory harvest bowls are an amazing healthy dinner that's faster than takeout. I whipped that thing together in 15 minutes. It was super fast. And their new plant-based ready-to-blend protein smoothies actually have me excited about gym days. Check your girl out. Each of their dessert-inspired flavor packs in at least 10 grams of protein with no chalky powders. And that's my problem with protein powders and anything that's related to health and diet. It usually tastes like it belongs on a chalkboard. My favorite Daily Harvest, oh my gosh, I had an oatmeal with turmeric and raisins and cinnamon and nutmeg, cardamom. It was so hearty and delicious. Kept me full, kept me going until lunch, kept me fueled. It was super healthy, very tasty. I'm very happy with Daily Harvest. So go to daily-harvest.com and enter promo code GROWN to get 3 cups free in your first box. That's promo code GROWN for 3 free Daily Harvest cups at daily-harvest.com. That's daily-harvest.com. Thanks again to Selfish Babe for supporting this episode of Getting Grown. Selfish Babe is the free self-love app for women that will remind you how amazing you are on the daily. This app sends you 1 affirmation and 1 self-love related quote a day. Selfish Babe is going to send you a damn text. Don't wait for no Tyrone to send you no damn text. Selfish Babe was created by Olanike Osi, a self-love influencer who wants women everywhere to have relatable self-love right at their fingertips. The Selfish Babe app has its own podcast, private Facebook community, blog, motivational videos, and more to remind you to be more selfish and authentic with your self-love. Download Selfish Babe today by going to bit.ly/selfishbabe, Getting Grown podcast, or find it for free in the Google Play and Apple App Store. And don't forget to follow them on Instagram, Selfish Babes, that's with an S. That's bit.ly/selfishbabe, Getting Grown podcast.
And I want to be very responsible of the things I say to my sister, because everybody know I can be real petty. P-E to the T-T-Y, honey.
All right. Let's be petty. Briefly. Okay. Let me tell you something. A couple of things. I would for the people who ride airplanes, who take flights, travelers, whether for business or personal pleasure or leisure. I want us all to remain mindful of the ways in which the choices that we make influence the people that we find ourselves sharing air and company and space with. Couple of things. On my flight to LA, the man next to me ordered a tomato juice. A very stinky tomato juice. And I don't know why he felt like I wanted to, smell him, drinking that spaghetti sauce. But that's what he chose to do. And I really tried to just, remain focused on, my own beverage of choice, and was just like, that man has a right to drink what he wants to drink, until he started burping and carrying on.
Oh, no.
Burping up tomato juice all around my nose and things.
Oh, my God. That's rude.
Like, sir, what manner of domestic terrorism is this? And I don't deserve this.
The motherless kind.
I do not deserve this. And then on my way back, there was a lady. I was sitting in the aisle, and the lady who was sitting in the aisle, the other aisle on the same row as me, probably had not ran through a shower or applied soap and water to her person.
Wow.
And I'd give it a smooth 4 to 5 days.
Oh, my God.
Sardines
in a hot car.
I mean, she smelled like a
Sardines
tuna
in
melt.
a hot car. Ew,
She smelled like a tuna melt.
Ew, tuna melts could be enjoyable. Don't ruin them.
No, but I mean, like,
one that's been sitting in a hot car.
one that has been like in your lunchbox and you forgot it.
Oh, no.
It was, and she kept standing.
Oh, God.
And like, I mean, it was dreadful. It was so dreadful. And I was like, Lord, help me to just have perspective, because maybe this is beyond her control. Maybe blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to just, mind my business. But she kept moving. And I'm just like, girl, what is this? I can't be the only person smelling this.
Sis,
Bag
you got to go
of,
get an antibiotic. Like,
oh my God.
It's so funny you say that. Oh, God.
I don't know what manner of BV your
That's
girl
exactly
was
what I was
managing.
thinking. She was not managing is what is happening, actually.
Not managing, but it was dreadful.
Fran had me dying, and not intentionally, because we were getting off of our flight earlier and both had to go to the bathroom. So we went to the bathroom. Soon as we walked in, now anybody who knows me knows that I have a huge fear of public bathrooms. I hate them. Cannot stand them. They're disgusting. I roll my pants up so that nothing touches nothing. Like, I hate the bathroom. So I try at all costs not to go. So we had to go. And I'm like, as soon as I step in, I'm like, whoa, the ghetto. Like, it smells terrible in here. It is just all manners of hot sardines in a car. So Fran goes, wow, it smells like a lot of women don't know how to manage their vaginal health. It's so
She said it just like that. I know she did.
She was like, it smells like there's a lot of infections that just haven't been treated in here. And I'm like, it does. I'm like, the BV is running rampant. Ladies, please. Our vaginal health is so important.
It is priority.
It is.
You are promised one box in this life. You get one.
One.
I want you to be responsible.
You will never open another present again in your life. There will never be another secret garden that you can enter. You have one. Treat her with care. But that is not my petty peeve. My petty peeve is also air. Ooh. You good?
Yeah.
My petty peeve is also airplane related. Keia already knows. I'm not even going to go into the whole story because, again, we're tired. But I had a white woman make me want to beat the brakes off of her on my flight going to LA this weekend or this week. And I had to tell her after the third time that she poked me Like she was poking me. She was like actively poking me to wake me up, to let me know that I was hitting the back of her seat, even though I had asked her at the beginning of the flight to please adjust her seat where it was not sitting on my lap. But anyway, I'm not going to go into the whole story. If you want the whole story, you can go to Jade and XD later on this week. But my petty peeve this week, which is not so petty, is with Delta Airlines.
Uh-oh.
Because after this woman irritated the fuck out of me and touched me 3 separate times to get my attention over something that she caused. After that, and she goes and complains. She is now the victim when she has put her hands on me, poking me. She is now the victim. She goes and complains to the stewardess, and I get off the plane. And before I could go over to the gate to meet my other friends, who's waiting for me? 2 Delta airline employees. 2 agents waiting to talk to me about my aggressive behavior on the airplane. So just quickly in a 140, by the 3rd time the lady touched me, I snatched my headphones off and told her that if she touched me again, I was going to smack the fuck out of her and leave me alone. And I was tired of her shenanigans, and I've never had to cuss anybody out on an airplane before. And from there, she got all up in her feelings and she was scared and swapped seats with her husband. Anyway, I'm irritated with Delta Airlines with how you all handled that, because why was that white woman able to walk past me with her nose in the air and it looks like I'm in some kind of trouble talking to 2 different Delta agents about my experience on an airplane that I did not ask for? And you all handled that very wrong. You should have pulled that woman to the side. Instead, she was able to go on about her business, go down to the baggage claim, pick up her shit, and go on about her life. Meanwhile, I am pulled to the side to talk to you all because this lady came after me. I'm filing a formal complaint. And my petty peeve this week is with Delta Airlines.
Da, 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 da. Woo. I mean, I just thought that was a perfect place for a Price is Right soundbite. You just can't go wrong. Because Delta Airlines lost. They lost the game.
They lost.
And
I'm so irritated.
You're going to file a formal complaint. Okay. Well, ladies and gents, ladies and germs, we thank you for your patience. We're going to get out of your way, and we promise that our next show won't be as lethargic.
Atlanta!
Yes, man. Atlanta. This freaking Sunday, we're going to be in your city. November the 11th, all day long. We'll be there. It starts at 3 p.m. We're going to be at the 444 Theater. They're in downtown Atlanta. You want to come and kick it with us. We want you to come and kick it with us. So please come and see us. I do believe that there are a few tickets that are still available for purchase. Don't miss the bus, Gus. Come kick it with us. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a special guest.
Yes, we are.
Dr. Joy from Therapy for Black Girls is going to come. I can't wait. I've got all my questions lined up because I am just as raggedy as it comes when it comes to self-care. And I need her to help get my life together.
Same.
Because I'm tired of being tired. Hello? Good morning.
Exhausted.
So yes, come and kick it with us. We're going to have fun. And the following week on Thursday, if you're at the ASH conference, come and kick it with me. The flyer is on my social media. So come and check that out. We're going to be at the Tampa Waterside Hotel. We're going to descend upon the lobby one of those nights. The dates are all there. Everything's kind of running together now because, I've been up all day and half the night. But yes, come and kick it with us at ASH. Myself, the young ladies from Sister PhD, and School and Life podcast, and a whole bevy of other beautiful, brilliant Black women will be joining us. So if you are there and you want to be down, you know how to be down, and all that good stuff. But is there anything else for the good of the order, sis?
Nope. We'll see you on Sunday, Atlanta. Nashville, we'll see you next week.
True.
And New York, we will see you later. Good night.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys mind your business and drink your water and moisturize. Why, sis?
Because your black will absolutely crack if it's dry.
Every single time.
Bye.
Bye.
So, sis,
Yo.
what is your relationship with beauty?
We're on great terms. I'm just kidding. I feel like my relationship with beauty has been one of discovery. As someone who didn't grow up being, I don't want to say, so my mom was one of those moms who was just like, you know, she never gave a lot to like physical appearance or not physical appearance, but physical beauty. It was more like, you know, yeah, you're pretty, but you're more than pretty. Like you're not just so, you know, I grew up kind of socialized to be not to pay that much attention to the physical. You know, and my mom had her reasons, I'm sure, but as I have come of age and become an adult, I've begun to take this time, you know, and this opportunity to kind of explore myself in ways that I didn't get to do as a teenager. Mm-hmm. So, you know, beauty is, you know, fun. It's like, you know, it's just how I play. It's one of the things that I do to kind of just like, you know, decompress after, you know, the stress. Is just like coming home and playing in my makeup is really one of my favorite things to do. Learning different things, learning my face, learning my bone structure and ways to accentuate the things about my face that I love and conceal the things that I'm not as crazy about. But, you know, I just love it. And I think that coming, you know, and discovering and embracing the unique ways that you're beautiful, because we're not all beautiful in the exact same ways. Like, I think life is all about discovering, you know, what about you is beautiful and amazing. So, yeah, I think it's my relationship with beauty has been one of discovery, and that's why I love going to Ulta, because it's like a department store. It's like a huge beauty emporium. There's so many things for me to do. Everything from skincare to hair care to makeup application products. Everything is right there. All my favorite brands, from, you know, drugstore all the way up to high end. And I just love it.
Yeah, I absolutely love Ulta. It's funny because we actually took a girls trip this weekend to Ulta and purchased a bevy of skincare products and makeup and all types of things to add to our little routines. My mom was also kind of the same way. She never focused on what she called vanity. Mm-hmm. She was like, you know, she placed very little importance on physical appearance. Like, obviously we dress nice, but she placed very little importance on. I didn't even wear lip gloss till I was like 13. It just wasn't that big of a deal. But as I get older and I, you know, started, it was literally just lip gloss. As I get older and in my grown womanhood, you know, as I get grown, I appreciate, you know, the days where I can wear a bare face, and I love my skincare products that I get from Ulta that help me to tighten my pores and, you know, have my skin popping in its natural state. But I also am learning from you and our other sisters on how to give myself a good natural beat as well, just in case I want to glam it up. And Ulta makes it really, really easy to make that a possibility. And I also love how they celebrate the meaningful role and power of beauty in our lives and the belief that beauty is limitless, because it absolutely is.
Without question.
It absolutely is.
You know, you can kind of do anything, whether you're trying to look for that full glam beat down, or you're, like you said, looking for just something that you can do every day, that more, something more natural. If you're looking to just, you know, rock a certain look, or to tell a story with, you know, your makeup or your hair, or, you know, whatever you're trying to achieve, Ulta has everything that you need in order to do that. There's so many possibilities, so many products, so many brands, and there's people there who have hair specialists, skin specialists, brow specialists to help guide you through the process. So it is totally my playground. There's one across the street from my house. And I love to just go there and spend hours. They're great for coupons and beauty points. And it's just like, girl.
That's
What
it.
you
You're not.
doing?
You might. You might run your pockets depending on how much stuff you want to get. But let me tell you, you're not going to be disappointed. So whether you're ready to run the town, rock a certain look, or tell your story, Ulta Beauty is here to help you show how to tell it to the world. Visit Ulta.com to learn more and find an Ulta Beauty near you. That's ULTA.com. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.